Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Alpha Network as Garden 1.5 is set to be released sometime soon. And honestly, it looks pretty impressive. My name is Derailious, welcome back to Skyblock News, and let's launch right into it. Now, obviously, it'd be useless to go over every single change, especially the ones that I've already gone over in previous videos, but the most important stuff is here. The new content is, they significantly increased the NPC sell price of all crops, including rare ones, and this puts it in line with things like farming, at least for a few specific crops. Especially for stuff like mushroom, this is a great improvement. They made it so visitors will now ask for significantly less items and give the same amount of copper and garden XP. Now, I haven't really noticed this on low-level NPCs, but what people are saying is that specifically for things like the Spaceman NPC, the price will drop significantly, which is always a good thing. They increased the private island and garden teleport pad limit to 56, and they made it so seeds are now affected by farming fortune, and also the wheat crop upgrade now affects farming fortune on seeds. They made it so custom plot presets can now have special icons added onto them. They made it so Netherwart now gives farming XP instead of alchemy XP. In my opinion, this is another sign that the Rift update will affect alchemy XP in some way, shape, or form. This is a quality of life thing, but they made it so the next farming contest will always display in the tab menu, and crop milestones will now appear in the tab list for the crop that you're farming. Strength will appear in tab when you have a mushroom cow pet equipped. I think this one is pretty great. And all farming tools can now be sold on the auction house. This is pretty big. Previously, selling and trading these things was a little bit difficult, but now it will be a lot easier. Don't know why this already wasn't done, but it's really nice to see now. All farming tools can now only break crops, which I think is a little bit interesting, and each unlocked garden plot gives 3 farming fortune and 5 skyblock XP. They made it so you can add a few crops to the composter. They made it so color codes now work on signs in the garden. They added 3 accessories, 2 new enchants, 5 reforged stones, and 2 new pet items, one of which, by the way, is the green bandana. If I type in wiki green_bandana, you can see that it actually pops up, but we don't know how to get this yet. There's also a reforged stone for Mossy, but we also don't know how to get that. That will probably be released with either Finnegan or something like that, but we're not 100% certain. On top of this, the crop growth changes located in the thread that's listed there are now available, which is pretty neat. There are some other things that I think are pretty interesting. Originally, they were going to make a bug fix to where tilled soil will always be at maximum moisture, regardless of whether water is near it. Now, some people were saying this might have been like an actual feature. I'm not certain. I think it should be, but once again, we have no idea whether or not that's actually something that's supposed to be happening. They made it so Jake's plushie is added to the Skyblock guide. They fixed some minor issues with Seraphine, yada yada. Not really too much crazy stuff there. Obviously, that was a fairly long time to talk, so let's talk specifically about what we're getting and what looks good. Really excited about the change to the hose being able to be sold on the auction house. Great stuff there. Really like all the changes with farming fortune, not to mention all the new items. Really great stuff in that department. The fact that we don't know how a couple of them are actually gotten, I think, is pretty interesting. Reducing the amount of time to get the space helmet is going to be great. The composter upgrades, which I talked about in my previous videos, are great. The crop growth changes are great. All the new XP formats are great. All of this stuff is awesome. One of the best overall improvements to an update we have seen in a long time, definitely deserving of being a 1.5, gives the garden a lot more nuance, a lot more things to do, and considering that the NPC sell price will be going up on a lot of these items, I will probably have to make a price watch video because that stuff will be shooting through the moon. In my opinion, one of the best things you can do right now on the main server is just start gathering crops, especially things like mushroom, especially things like melon if you have NPCs or rather minions down, not NPCs, I don't know what I'm saying. If you have stuff like that down, make sure you're farming them. It's gonna be useful, it's basically free money, and it's a lot of free money when they release this update. Obviously, they might make some changes, they might lower some NPC sell values, but I do think this is going to be a great improvement to farming overall, and it definitely, once again, is deserving of that 1.5 title. Really excited to see it release on main. At the end of the day, though, my name is Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. and look to the future, fellas, because I will see you then.